So there's some speculation as to whether DQuartz Go provides scratch resistance and surface thickness. I think we should put that to the test. And that's why I feel the need to put DQuartz Go up against a crusty ass floor broom. Let's see how it does. All right, well, I brought all of you outside. You can see it's a very sunny day, not a cloud in the sky. And the reason I did that is because I have a demo hood here, and I wanted you to see it in sunlight, direct sunlight, so that you can see the defects that are in the panel before I compound it and polish it and get it to where, you know, we have a clean slate to start this test. I'm gonna flip the camera around. That way you guys can see for yourself. It's got wet sanding marks, rotary swirls, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna have to do a paint correction on the test square, but either way, that way you guys get to see the condition of the panel before we even start. Let's turn it around so you can see. There you go. So, yeah, that just comes off. That's just surface stuff, but decent amount of swirls. You got your wet sanding scratches. You got your rotary swirls. There's a little bit of tape left on it. I'm gonna clean all of this up and then we'll start from new. I'll actually bring it out in the sun and you guys get to see it under shop lights too. See the differences between the two, but either way, let's get this party started. All right, and here you go. You got sunlight coming in through this way so you can kind of, you know, you get an idea of the damage that's already in that. Again, don't worry about this, it just wipes off. You got your wet sanding marks, you've got your rotary swirls, you've got your other wet sanding marks, and of course our tape's still stuck to the panel. I'm gonna go ahead and do the compound, but I wanted you to be able to see it in the working light. I'll still bring it outside after we're done doing the little corrective area. We'll try to get this, I mean, not perfect, but good enough to where we have a good, clean platform to work with. My God, that sun is brutal. I'm going to, you know, map off a little piece here in a square. I'll put some tape on it. I'm gonna go ahead and scuff this area with 3000 grit just to kind of expedite the process. I'll time lapse it. You guys get to see the process of that. I mean, it's not what we're focusing on right now, but at least you get to see me actually doing it. Then I'll go into the compounding process, and then I'll go into like a final polish process. I'm not necessarily aiming for perfection. I'm just trying to get the panel clean from this point to this point and this point to this point, so we have a good clean canvas to start with. Let's go. There you go. There's 3000 grit. So you see that one white scratch in there. There's a couple deeper ones that'll still remain, but all in all, we got consistency. We're good enough. I think that should clean up the sanding scratches that were pre-existing. I left this one because, I mean, from here to here is pretty good working area. So I'm gonna go into the compounding stage. I'm gonna go into the finish polishing stage. We'll meet back here, and then I'll take the hood outside so you can get a better gauge on, you know, what the panel actually looks like in the sun, because you're obviously gonna see it in the working lights. Rotary stage done. We'll run a DA over it. Then we'll do the finish polish, then we're going outside. Okay, so for the most part, the compounding and polishing stages are done. I'm gonna flip the camera around so you can see what it looks like in the shop light. And then we're gonna take this thing outside so you can see what it looks like in direct sunlight. And then we're gonna start our test. So just like I said, there's gonna be a couple deeper ones, but for the most part, those that I pointed out, we're good to go. Let's get this outside. There you go. It's from that point over there, you can kind of see the little dark area where I stopped. There's your deeper stuff right there. All the way across. And this is dying light too, so this is actually like really brutal when you're looking at defects, but it shows everything gloss black. We're good to go. Okay. DQuartz. Go. You can see that. Code number 2. Okay, so I wanted to make the video so you can actually see, because I know a couple questions will be like, well, how long do you let it sit? I don't necessarily work on times. The garage is probably around 65 to 70 degrees. We've got the heat on. It's cold here in Georgia. But when you start to see the sweating on the panel, that's usually going to be very indicative of when you want to take that off. I usually do the, short weave on the towel first as like a leveling. I'm going to try to do this while I'm filming. And you'll see the coating start to level. I just flip the towel. Try not to grab glue from the tape. And you'll see the little halos or the tails around the light. Then I flip it to the longer weave. You can see there. Again, trying to do this while I video. And a lot of that has already kind of like disappeared, which is pretty cool. If I move it, you can see the tails. And then they'll slowly but surely start to kind of just go away. So that's when you see like the self-leveling ability. That's what they're talking about. Just a little added tidbit. It has been a little under 24 hours to let the coating kind of set up. Realistically, it is not fully cured. But I really want to do this test. So let's just go ahead and grab this thing, grab our weapon of choice, and see if it genuinely has the scratch resistance. Right. So we got the panel outside, direct sunlight. You can see some scratches, the deeper stuff that's still there. There's some deeper stuff. But all in all, we're looking good. It's direct sunlight. I'm gonna pull the piece of tape off. Let's see maybe what we notice from the coated side to the not coated side. Okay, so just so you know, when you see this stuff, 9 times out of 10, it's just adhesive. Well, at least that side is. This is on there. Oh, wow. So there's clearly a difference from coated to non-coated, and that's not coming off. So, I mean, I ran the coating over the tape line, so that's pretty much what you're seeing right there. Ooh, our weapon of choice. Whatever shall it be? That'll do. Go. I'm not washing a damn thing. We're gonna dry rub this. All right, here we go. Here's your tape line. Uncoated side. Look at the scratches from the sunburst and how thick they are. Walk through the tape line. See how thin they are? Yeah, it's still scratched. I mean, I dry rubbed it with a floor broom. And those are gnarly too. If I can get it to focus, you can see. They're white. I mean, that's the coated side. I mean, it scratches, but look at, get that to focus. Look at those compared to those. I'd say it has scratch resistance in it, for sure. Now, is it, you know, impenetrable? No, that's not practical. That's not reasonable. Get that sunlight direct. That is definitely worse than that. And I'll take still pictures too, so you can kind of just like pause the video and see for yourself, like just examine it, you know? Literally nothing to hide. I'm trying to get that to focus. That's better. Boom. Look how intense that is. Wild. That is wild. Final conclusion. It definitely provides scratch resistance and a thicker top layer compared to the part that was non-coated. That tape line is not going anywhere anytime soon on that hood. If you would like to pick up a bottle of this, visit CarPro-US.com. Thanks for watching.